Hello everyone, happy Monday. I'm gonna make sure that I am live and here. Let's see if it gets pulled up. There it goes. All right, I hope everyone is having a great day. It is nice and sunny and shiny out my window tonight, which is amazing. Like that never happens. This morning I actually woke up to a really bad sudden storm. So now that it's nice and shiny, it's good. It's shining right through the window and putting a nice little glare on my face. Hello, Deb. How are you? Okay, so just a couple of quick announcements, and then I'm going to put you straight on down to the table. The first one is Karen Moore. You are our winner from last week, and it is the Stitched Greenery die. I have your address. I also have a whole box for you and another little thing at the office waiting for you. So I'm going to put this with all of your stuff, and you'll get it when you come by. Hey, Carrie. So that is that. Next week, if you share, comment, make sure that you're doing that. That helps share my videos. It helps share my business. I have 2 prizes when you share and comment for next week. I'll draw these. One is the Amazing Year stamp set, and the other one is the Fan Baker's Twine. Both of these are retired, but they are still great to use. As a matter of fact, I still have a pack of this myself that I use for birthday cards and stuff. So make sure that you do all that. Also, make sure you give a thumbs up because that helps as well. All right. Let's see. What else can I tell you before I move you down? Hello, Nancy. Designer Series paper sale is still going on. It is going on until Friday. Y'all, Friday is the last day of June. What? I cannot believe it. We are officially halfway through the year on Friday. Crazy. But the Designer Series paper is going to end on Friday, so make sure you get the 15% off discount. And then, Carrie, I'm going to talk about that next because I even printed out my flyer to make sure I had all the good information. The starter kit is still, that deal is still going on until the end of the week as well. So this ends on Friday too. We got a new team member last week, and we are super excited. She is the newest one, and she took advantage of the deal that we have, which is $155 worth of products for that $99. Plus, you can, if you add the paper to your starter kit, it's still that 15% off price. So anything that's on sale, you still get at this price right here to add into that starter kit, which is kind of cool. But you also get this for $99. It is plus tax, but free shipping. So it is a great time to do this, and you have until Friday to do that as well. Okay, I'm going to move you to the table. So close your eyes. And actually, I cover you up with my hand, so I do pretty good with that. I'm going to make sure I am down on the table. Takes me a few minutes, or it's got like a lag to it. And of course, because I'm really tall, I can't ever see. So I hope that is right. I'll adjust it once I can see on the screen. Okay, so let's talk about the retreat. I announced the retreat last night. I also sent out an email. I think it went out today. I'm pretty sure it did. The retreat is 2 days. Now, in the email, you will see that the church will stay open until midnight, and then it'll reopen on Sunday or on Saturday at 9. If you are a person like me who can stay up through the night, I'll be there as long as you want to be there. But it'll be 2 days. It will start at 10 o'clock on Friday, August the 18th, and then it will go through Saturday at 10 p.m. because I need from 10 till midnight to get the church cleaned back up and put back together. So the cost of it is $115 if you choose to eat with basically me. I do pizza one night, I do 2 dinners is basically what I offer for you. I do a dinner Friday night and then the dinner on Saturday. Dinner on Friday will probably be pizza and salad. That could possibly change depending. And then on Saturday, I usually do like subs where you kind of can create your own sub. And so that is for $115. Now, if you choose to do your own food, bring it for all your meals. You can definitely do that. The cost is $95. What that $95 includes for the retreat itself, it includes a goodie bag and pillow gifts. So you get little trinkets all throughout the weekend. And that value is over $50. Then you will also get to make 4 cards that will be at your own pace. It'll be on a table set up for you. You can come and go to do that. And I'll be honest with you, I usually end up doing 6 cards because I can't stop. That's just the way I am. In your goodie bag and with your pillow gifts will go along with some of the different make and takes. So you'll get like a ribbon that'll be for like 1 make and take. So those are the kind of things we do. Embellishments. So everything is from the catalog. Then we will play some fun games that will have prizes. We will also play bingo that will have prizes. We also have what I call a take a chance. So you will get 1 ticket when you get there, just like you do for class. And then you get the option to put them in different buckets. Those prizes are usually like your scoring board. It'll probably even include the mini embossing. It will be like the heat tool, the cutter, those kind of things. So you have a chance to put a ticket in for that. Then you can also purchase more tickets if you want to raise your chances at getting that prize. Then there are also 2 add-on classes that you can do. One will be a kit class and the other will be a new product that is coming out. And I will share more information about that at a later date. And then you also have your own space to craft. So you'll have at least 6 feet of crafting space that you can spread all your stuff out because you will have time to craft on your own as well. A lot of people run through the make and takes really quick. So that's why I set up the table so you can do it at your own pace. And so you'll have time to do your own crafting if you want to catch up on like your paper pumpkins and stuff like that. I also bring all of my Stampin' Up stuff, like stamps, punches, dies. I of course have the area set up for you to use the embossing machines, that kind of stuff. I also let you use my ink, and then I do allow some of the tools to be used, like the scoreboard, that kind of stuff. I don't have everything in the catalog, so not everything will be there, but a lot of the stuff will be, and that just kind of helps you not to have to bring your entire craft room with you. I am right next door to the church. It does take me a while to set all of it up, but it's worth it because then it allows you to have things that maybe you don't even have that you can craft with for the weekend. So you just have to sign out the product and then you sign it right back in. There will be snacks and limited drinks. So that is the retreat. It's 2 full days of crafting fun that honestly, I have missed so much over the last 3 years. It's not even funny. So I am excited to bring it back. Do note, I have very limited space for this because we're in a church. It is a little smaller. It doesn't, I have to still have enough tables. I have already gotten 3 people registered today, just since the email came out. So I think it is 20 is the max number that I can take. So now it's at 17 people. Or 16, yeah. So anyway, so just know that it is very limited space. I wish that I could invite more people to come, but this is what I am working with this year. So hopefully we can get to a bigger spot in years to come. But anyway, it is a great time. If you haven't ever been to one before, it really is a lot of fun. We do have a good time. And Sharon, to answer your question, it is August the 18th and 19th. So it is like a month and a half away. Okay, so that is all of that. There was an email that went out on it. If you didn't get the email, there is a link in the description of this video that can take you straight to registration. At first, you only have to pay a deposit. So if you just want to pay the deposit and not the full thing, then just email me or text me and we can work out. I'll send you a special link for that. So if you want to make it in 2 payments, that is absolutely fine. You can do that. You just have to have the $50 deposit in by July 29th. Okay? All right, so that's that. Whew, that's a lot, and I know. I might need something to drink after that one. Okay, I do have 2 other things to announce. That was the big one. But the next big one for me is Christmas in July. We're going to be using a new online exclusive product called Horse and Sleigh. It comes with dies as well. This is a really cute set. This is just a sample of one of the cards. You will make 6 cards. Angie, there is it's actually called oh, I just forgot the name of it. There is a hotel very close. It is about 15-20 minutes tops from the church. We are still out in the middle of nowhere, but a little closer to a hotel. And that hotel does have good reviews. There's also a bed and breakfast that is pretty close. It's a little bit further. It's about 25 minutes from the house. So I have calls into them, and I'm just waiting for responses back because I do want to see if I can get like a little bit better of a price in case people do want to stay there. So there are very limited, but there are places to stay. The other thing is, if you want to camp out at the church, you're more than welcome to. There's not a bathroom. I mean, there's a bathroom, but you can't like take a shower or anything. So, but no official Holiday Inn unless you wanted to like go to Lexington, which is about 35 minutes away. So, so Christmas class will be July the 22nd. It is a Saturday at 10 o'clock. You will make 6 cards in your little goodie bag. Class is $45. In that little goodie bag, you will get a pack of the embellishments, and you will get a bolt of ribbon. It will actually be the linen thread. So you'll get linen thread with it. And then you will also get half a pack of this DSP, which is stunning. I've used some of it already. But these are just a little sneak peek of those patterns there. And again, class is $45. There's a link to register for that in this in the description of this video. Or you can email me for that link as well. There's not a limit on how many can do this class. So you're good on that. Because everybody will just get their one little spot normal, like a regular class. Speaking of regular class is July the 8th this month. It is not on the first Saturday because of 4th of July. So it will be the second Saturday of the month, July the 8th. This is just one of the cards that we're making. The other ones I'm going to leave to mystery. But if you're interested in that, it's July the 8th. It's $20 for 6 cards. You make 2 of each design. So you would make 2 of these and then 2 of each of the other ones. Or it is free with a purchase of $35 before tax and shipping. Okay. Last but not least, and then we will get into crafting. This is club for the month of July. So this ends on July the 15th. I love these cards. I love this stamp set. I love it. I love it. This is called Sweetest Cherries. This is club. Club is $39. And with club, you get $25 worth of products. So for club this month, you'll get a full pack of the Brights 6x6. You'll get a full pack of the rhinestones. And you'll get a full pack of the black and white ribbon. You can add on the bundle and adjust your blank on how much it is total. I think it is 22, 32. It is $40. There we go. So it's $40 for the bundle. You can add that on. I pay tax and shipping. But you will get the make and take packets to create this along with that $25 worth of products. There's a link in the description of the video for that as well. There's a link for everything. Oh, thank you, Carrie. Okay, so let's get to crafting. This is our host code for this week if you want the projects that we make. $35 for a free class packet is basically what you get. I did post earlier on my Facebook page, if you've never ordered from one of my Monday night classes, then I posted a video on exactly kind of what you get. You get the ribbon, you get the embellishments, you get all the cardstock in order to create your projects. The only thing I don't do is I cannot like stamp images. And if it's part of the die set, then I don't cut those. But it is $35 before tax and shipping, and you get that mailed directly to your house for free. Maggie, stop. Okay, Maggie's in here with me tonight, and she's over here trying to eat her bed. So I'm going to see real quick if I can find, Ben's cleaning the house. I'm going to get her fish. Eat your fish. He's cleaning the house because y'all, I have the best husband in the whole wide world. He cooks, he cleans, he does the grocery shopping. And because of that, she's in here with me. So, hey, Linda. Okay, so this is something I want to show you. Let me see if I can find the dies. Okay, so in the catalog, in the very back, there are dies that you can buy. Hold on. And sometimes we skip over the dies because we're looking for the bundles, right? Or we're looking for the stamp sets. And so we're looking up here. But the last couple years, Stampin' Up! Has snuck in some new dies that go with nothing else, okay? So like last year, they snuck in this cracker and tree box. Cuteness. They've brought in like deckled rectangles that hasn't gone. I don't think that went with anything. And then dots and spots, which I love this one. And here, right here, Delightfully Doily Hybrid. This comes with 4 dies and a 3D embossing folder. And if you're not looking, you will miss it. And so I, of course, missed it the first couple times I looked through, and then I saw it on one of the cards, and I was like, oh, where in the world did that come from? So here we are. I found them in the back of the catalog. And this is what we're going to focus on tonight. We're going to use some other products that are new, some that are just die sets that don't match any other stamp set in the catalog. And I will point those out as we go. So like, for example, with this one, we are going to use, this is called Paper Florist Dies. This is in the back of the catalog. Doesn't coordinate with a stamp set at all, but it creates different flowers, and we're going to use the flowers on another project as well. It's also a 3D. I actually want to show you this one real quick. I think this is it. So do you see this flower right here? So that's one of the ones from the dies. This one here is from the die. That one too. That one. This flower here. And I know there's that leaf right there is from it. And I called that a flower. I think that's a leaf, not a flower. That's a leaf. So they make 3D flowers, which is really kind of cool. You can also make them non-3D, which you will see on the card that we make tonight, so that you can actually mail a card using them. But I used this piece to create these little I've drawn a blank on what it's called now. Fringe, there we go, fringe. These little fringe pieces, which is a lot like the big large stamp from the Beautiful Birthdays, or the Beautiful Balloons bundle. Okay, so let me grab, I've done some of the cutting for tonight, but not all of it. So we will start. I'm going to move this catalog so I don't dump it on the floor somewhere. Okay. We're going to do a little die cutting, not much. We're also going to do some blending. So I'm going to pull this in. On this one, I did the back side where it's what I call debossed. So it's down into your cardstock. This is the raised side. We're going to try the raised side tonight. Mix it up a little bit. And I'm going to grab my, so that we don't get it everywhere. Here we go. I'm going to grab this right here. Now, I do not want this dark at all. Blueberry Bushel is very dark. So I'm going to wipe off a good chunk of it down here. Nancy, it will go out by the 27th. I'm actually working on cutting everything now. I got the order in because I was hoping to get them out early. I would rather get them out early. And two of the items were completely wrong. I got something that I shouldn't have gotten. And then one of the items was completely missing. So they're having to send that and it won't be here till Wednesday, unfortunately. So, so it will all go out on Wednesday as soon as I get them in hand. But everything is cut and packaged and ready to go, which is yay for that. And you'll get an email from me that will have the the PDF and the link for the video. So that'll all come to you as soon as I put it in the mail. All right, so we're just rubbing this on. And I'm not re-inking because I don't want it too dark. There's a couple spots that will be, but I don't really want it to be too blue. I want it to kind of be there in the background. All right, so we've got that. And I'm going to grab out this and our ribbon. For the happy birthday, I am using what is called Wanted to Say dies. These are also in the back of the catalog. And they are sentiments. And it's your double layers. And then, of course, the heart is coming from the radiating stitches. All right. Let me... Oh, no problem, Nancy. I actually was going to send out an email tonight just to remind a few of you, but I think I've actually talked to everyone now about it. So I don't even have to send an email, which is great. But yeah, and I might go ahead and send out the email tonight so that you've got the video and everything. But yeah, it is definitely coming for you. I love some club. And you know, I really like the projects from this month. Okay, we're going to cut out this little happy birthday on top. I already did the iridescent, or this is called the, hold on, I'm going to tell you because I don't want to get it wrong. It is called Holographic Trio. So it comes with 3 different colors in it. This, I was kind of worried about what it would be like. But I think behind, I think it doesn't make it so overwhelming, but it gives it a little bit of shine. So, so that is what we're going to do with that. And we're going to see if we can get this off because I want to put it on a adhesive sheet so that I can turn it into a sticker, and it makes it so much easier to use. And then we don't have to use sticky liquid glue, right? All right, let me grab that die. It's gonna say happy birthday. Love your name. Where's that at? Oh, this. So I was like, Deb, where did you see my name in calligraphy? Yes, so this is from the little thing we did with Hattie a couple weeks ago. It's really cute. I had 2 of them and I didn't want to use them, but I don't need to keep them either, you know? All right, so we're going to stick this in, and we are actually going to do something a little different. We are going to take and put our, what I call my clean plate or my top plate. We're gonna put that on the bottom. We're gonna take and flip this upside down, and we're gonna run it through. We'll put this plate down and then we're gonna run it through. And the reason I'm doing that is because it's gonna cut a little easier because it's going through those adhesive sheets as well as the paper itself. So then it cuts very, very nicely. All right. We'll need that again in a little while. I'm gonna grab my Take Your Pick tool. I just got the additional attachments for the Take Your Pick tool. Why did I wait so long to get it? I have no idea. But they are really good attachments. We're gonna use one of the attachments hopefully next week. I've been playing with it. So, all right, so we've got that. We're gonna pull this in. And this is gonna go, we'll pull off that little sticker part. And then we're gonna stick it up here. Like that. Then we're gonna do it to the birthday one too. And you know what I love about this die, the happy birthday die? The little dot for the eye is still there. That was a genius idea by Stampin' Up. Just saying. Maggie is saying hello. I don't really think she's saying hello. She's whining because I'm talking to y'all and not her. Okay, so we got happy birthday on there. Now we're going to start building up our pieces. So we're gonna take our blue one, our blueberry bushel, and I'm using, this is contraband, and I honestly have no idea where I got it. I've had it for years, and I've used it very, very rarely. But if you have our regular tear-in tape, you can cut it in half, but I find that annoying, so I'm just gonna use my contraband for tonight. Stampin' Up! Does not sell it this skinny, so it is okay to use. Then we're gonna stick it on our white one too. Oh, don't forget, there is a blog post. It has the measurements. It also has the link back to this video. So if you ever forget or can't find it on my YouTube channel, you can always just go to my blog and you can type in the name of the stamp set and it'll pull up for you. I don't know if I've ever said that before, but I do link it so that it comes up with, so that it's with those names. And honestly, I do it so I can go back and search for ideas. You know, sometimes you need those extra little ideas. And there's a card I've done in the past, and I know what set it was used with, but I can't find it. So, all right, so we're just gonna layer these like this, right on top of each other. Then we're gonna take some, this is actually Starry Sky, but I think it's close enough to Blueberry Bushel because it's got the white in with it. So we're gonna use this to tie a bow. We're gonna wrap it around. And I'm actually gonna come back up here. There we go. 1, 2, and 3. Then we're gonna come right here and tie our bow. All right, and then we're just gonna trim off this little extra because we don't need any of that. Maybe. Okay. It really doesn't want to come apart, does it? All right, so we're done with that. And then we are going to take our happy birthday and we are going to put it on here. So we're going to pull out our dimensionals and we're going to put a lot of dimensionals on it because I want to make sure it is going to stay. All right. And we're going to go there. I'm going to put one there just because I can. All right, so the one there, and then one right there. All right, so then we'll take those backs off. And honestly, if it wasn't a sentiment, I probably wouldn't put this much on it, but I do want to make sure that it doesn't, you know, wobble off or anything like that, because it's going to go over the ribbon, which is going to be a little tricky anyway. All right, so then we're going to leave this because we want to show a little bit of that white. So then we're going to make sure that we stick it right here. Okay, and then we're going to take and pop up our little heart. We're going to put 1, 2, and 3, and that's probably a little obsessive, or a little much. That's the word I was looking for, not obsession. And we're going to just tuck this right up under the B and right over that H like that. There we go. And then we're going to flip this over, grab our card base, fold it in half, grab a bone folder, give it a good burnish for our crease, and we're going to stick a whole bunch of dimensionals on the back of here. And then we will stick it right on top of our card base, and there we go. That is, oh no, wait, no, not done. I'm never done. I always forget about the embellishments, don't I? Always. Okay, so we're just gonna put these little clear ones. These are called adhesive backed sequence trio. So there's 3 different colors in this pack. And we're gonna do both sizes. So there's some large and some small. And we're gonna do, and then we'll do a little one right here. Okay, so there we go. Now we've gotten the card completed. All right, I'm gonna see if I can put these back in here so I don't lose any of them. Michelle on my team, we went to a little crop last weekend and with some friends of ours, and she had all of her little embellishments in these little packets. These are little passport holders. Yeah, I might be obsessed with them now. I have enough now that all of my embellishments are in them, and it is perfect. It keeps them all together for me. Okay. So I'm going to put this back in here so I don't lose it. Y'all know I will lose. Okay. We're going to set this up here, and then we are going to pull in card number 2. This is going to have to use the big machine, because this is going to be our second card. We are going to use just one of the dies, and we're going to use some of this ugly wild wheat that I am falling in love with. I think it is a great little color. We're also using the Nature's Prints and the Natural Prints. It is a stamp set, and it has coordinating dies. It's not a bundle anymore in the catalog, but it is, you can still buy both of those products. Okay. So first, we are going to take this and we are going to put it onto the back of one of our basic white pieces. And all I'm going to do is take off the backings here. I cut it down so that it would be easier to put on. I'm going to leave this on so I can leave my fingers there. And we're just going to line it up just like you would do a top layer to the card. Now I'm going to just pull this piece off. and then smooth it out. So that's really easy. And then we're gonna cut our doily, our detailed doily from it, right there from the center. Okay, but before we move on, let's stamp our pieces. And we're going to do wild wheat for our little, what I'm calling wheat pieces. We're gonna take our grid paper and we're gonna stamp off one time, and then we are going to stamp right there. Then we are going to take, I'm running out of space over here, as always. Okay, there we go. We are gonna take our large flower here in Lost Lagoon, which is quickly becoming my favorite color. It might even be outweighing mint macaroon, y'all. I don't remember playing with it this much before, but man, do I love it. All right, so we're gonna stamp that one right there. Okay. Then we are going to, Maggie, here you go. Toss that over there so she falls back in love with it, I guess. We're gonna take our embossing buddy and we're going to put some powder on here to get the extra oils out off the paper. We are then going to take some Versamark and ink up a heartfelt thank you. We're going to stamp that right there. We are going to take some gold embossing powder, dip it in there. I'm going to dip it one more time just because that's how I do it. Knock everything off, close this up because I don't want to wear any of it. And I'm going to grab my heat tool. You can turn your volume down if you don't like the loud noise. I'm going to give it just a minute to heat up, and then I'm going to run it across and heat it up so that it becomes a shiny sentiment. All right, very simple. Okay, now one last thing I'm going to do before we start cutting. We've got all our little cutting pieces there. I'm going to bring back in that piece of grid paper. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to take my black Stampin' Right marker and I'm going to flick some ink on it. Then I'm going to take this and I'm going to move it and let it dry for a moment. I'm going to put that into my bucket over there. Okay, I'm going to bring in the big machine for all this because we need the big one. Okay, we're going to do what we did before. We are going to take our top plate, put it on our bottom. We are going to take our die and have it straight up so that the cutting part is up. Then we're going to take this and lay it so that that adhesive is on top. And then we are going to run it through twice. The crackling sound is very fine. I like the divided container for the embossing powder. I always fish my spoon out. Yes. And you know, I don't even use the spoon very often. Or the little cup that, you know, the powder comes in. I don't use them very often. But, okay, so now we've got our piece that's cut out. But when I do, it is nice to have it so that you don't have to fish it out. I think that is why I got rid of the little ones that I had, the little containers, because I just didn't like it very much. Okay, so we are gonna put all these on here. We are going to grab our coordinating pieces, and then I'm gonna put some tape on it just so it doesn't move, because that would be my luck. All right, so there's one piece of tape. And then I'm gonna go ahead and grab 2 more pieces. This is the best tape I have ever used. All right, we're gonna line this one up here. And that's got one of those little holes. I hate those little holes. I wanna make sure I get it lined up so I can see the ink through the hole. We'll stick that one there, and then we're gonna take the label die from the stamp set, or from the die set that coordinates with the Nature's Print, and we're gonna line that up, and then we're gonna run all this through at one time. We're gonna pull all those off, and then all right, so here is, when you run it through upside down, that just popped completely out. Now these are a little bit stuck in there, but if you drop it a couple times, they will come out. There will be some that you do have to pick out, but for the most part, when you do it upside down like that, it is rather nice and it will come out. There are some little pieces in here, but when I take the, hey, you're okay. You're okay. Woo. When you take the adhesive off the back, then it will probably, those should come out. Okay, hold on just a second. Okay, let me get Daddy. Hey, Ben, yeah. Can you take her outside? She needs to go to the potty. Okay, she's whining because I think she needs to go to the potty. So, all right. So we've got all our pieces here now. And we're gonna pull all of these out, and then we're gonna pull back in our, I'm gonna put this tape, because you can reuse this tape multiple times. So I'm gonna re-put it back on the machine so that it stays. And let's put these back so I don't lose them. I know I've shared a picture of what my spot looks like afterwards. And it's usually a hot mess. I've been trying to get better, but you know, that is what it is, right? Okay, so now we've got this splatter piece. We are gonna take and adhere our doily to the side here. And we're gonna take this tape off the back, which is gonna make it a dream. And you could even take, and I'm gonna say this as a side note, because this is what I thought of when I was playing with this set over the weekend. You can take this and put some of our ink on it, and you could probably use this adhesive sheet as well, because it's like our old glossy paper, which is kind of cool. And I never thought about that before until I took off that big old piece. All right. So now we're gonna take and adhere this right over here. And you know what? I'm gonna actually stick the whole thing on this time. I cut off the edge on the sample, but I'm just gonna put the whole thing on there. All right, and then I'm just pressing it down to make sure that it stays. And now we are going to take our sentiment piece. We're gonna take some adhesive. We're gonna put a little bit here and a little bit here. We're gonna take some linen thread. Or use as a, oh, I didn't think about that one. See, you got some really good ideas. That's why I steal them from you. Yes. All right, so we're just gonna take and put this down onto the adhesive. And I'm doing that because I want it to look messy, but I want it to kind of be a controlled mess, not like a hot mess. And I want it to be at different levels, and I don't want it to kind of bunch up in the middle, okay? So I know that sounds weird, but I want, oops, and here I am taking it all off, okay. All right, so we got it there. And then I want this one to be a little higher, but I want it to kind of go across. You don't have to be this exact, but you know, sometimes you just need to. Okay, and then we're gonna do one more time around this way, maybe. I'm at the end of this linen thread spool, and it's really curly. All right, we're gonna go like that. Okay. Then we're going to trim it off, and I'm going to leave it alone. Just not worry about it. Now we're going to put dimensionals on the back of it. That will also help to keep it adhered where it's supposed to. And we're going to stick that one there. And we're going to put one here. And then that should be good. Okay, this we're just gonna put adhesive on. These are gonna be flat. No popping up for these. And we're gonna put some adhesive on this. Right there, and right there, okay? And then this is gonna go right across here. We're gonna trim off the ends like that. And then take off the backs. And then we're going to figure out where we want them to lay. So we're going to do right about here. Okay, and then our sentiment's going to go right here. Perfect. Then we are going to take this and we're going to pop it up, of course. You know, that's what crafting is all about, is stealing. Well, not stealing. That's a bad word to say. It's about casing. We use the word casing in crafting. Casing means that, you know, and I'm going to be honest with you, there are people out there who do not like for you to case their stuff, but if you case my stuff and you post it somewhere, I feel really, really honored, because there are a lot of demonstrators out there with a lot of really good projects, and if you take the time to case mine, man, it just makes my heart happy. So case away is my opinion. All right, so we've got that put onto our card base, and now we're gonna take this piece right here. We're gonna pull in our Lost Lagoon again. This one was kind of my elegant card, because, you know, what do you think of when you think of doilies? I think of my grandmother, because my grandmother had a ton of them in her house. My mom's mom. So does my grandma Burris. She used to have a bunch of doilies in her house as well. So it reminds me of them. And my grandma Burris doesn't have as many in her house anymore. She started getting rid of stuff a long time ago, but reminds me of my grandmother. So I wanted to kind of do something elegant looking, because all of my grandmothers are very elegant. So my mom's mom was very like, when she was alive, she was very, you know, prissy and, you know, the etiquette classes and all that fun stuff. So, all right, last but not least, we are going to add our little, and this, I know it says red and green adhesives, but back when they first came out, They were the wrong ones and I had a ton of them. But the right name of these is called Festive Pearls. I somehow seem to keep opening a whole bunch of them and not finishing this pack. So we're gonna add some of the gold to our front. We're gonna stick one in between there, and we're gonna do one right there. Okay, so there we go. I can't decide if this one or the last one is my favorite. I can't. These two, I'm having a hard time choosing from. So, all right. Card number 2. And now we're gonna do card number 3. Card number 3 is gonna take us just slightly longer, but not much longer, I promise. All right, I gotta grab out all these things. And we're gonna use the embossing folder as the hybrid on this card. And you will understand what hybrid means after we do it. Okay, so we are gonna start first, because I've already cut everything else out. We're gonna go ahead and cut out our doily and do the embossing of it. So we are going to take and put all of this aside. We're gonna bring back in our grid paper. We are gonna take the light Tahitian Tide and we're gonna take the brush end, and we are literally going to use it and just go about halfway down. And it is okay if you don't get all the way from end to end. Then we're gonna take the dark, we're gonna do the brush end, we're gonna start slightly over, and then we're gonna do the rest of the way down. Okay. Now we are going to take and put this into the machine. Simple, but it's adding color, because if you don't have all the colors of the cardstock, this is something you can do with blends, which blends last a really long time, right? But it is also something so that you can kind of give the ombre look. If you want, you could even do multiple colors, that kind of stuff with it. So it is a good little technique to use when you want to do some ombre paper. All right, I'm gonna get rid of those real quick. Little flyaways there. Okay, so we're gonna pull in our embossing folder. We're actually gonna take away all 3 of these plates right here. We'll bring them back in later. Actually, we don't need to bring those back in at all. Okay, now the hybrid means this. You will take one of these dies. Both of these dies will work as well. And you're gonna find how to lay this in. And I do it wrong every time. Okay, so it's gonna sit like this. So that means I need to put it on this side. And I'm gonna do it face up. And it's gonna lock. So you will feel it lock into place there, okay? Then I'm going to take my paper, flip it over so that the die is completely covered. Lay that in. We're gonna turn it around because we're gonna run it through this way. And it doesn't matter top, bottom. If you have it flipped the other way, that's fine too, not a big deal. Then we're gonna take a gray plate, which this is our 3D embossing plate. We're gonna take it and run it through. It's plate number 4. And then let me show you what it does. So it cuts and it embosses all at the same time. So now you have a piece of embossed paper as well as die cut out. The little one on the inside, you'll see this, that cuts out. And then you also have the circle that you can stick in there and cut out as well. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take some Wink of Stella. I'm going to move all that out of the way. All right, so I'm going to pull in my little grid paper again. I'm going to grab the Wink of Stella, and I am just going to completely cover this medallion or doily. I kind of feel like it's a medallion as well. So I'm going to get some more. There it comes. I'm going to get some more shimmery shine. And I did go over it a couple times for my sample because I wanted to make sure it was good and shiny. Like shiny paper. There it goes. Now it's coming out. Sometimes you got to squeeze it a little bit more. All right. Oop, that might have been a little too hard of a squeeze. All right. Get the center. Some of this won't be seen, but it's okay. I want whatever is going to show, I want it to be glimmery. And I love Wink of Stella because it's not like a huge mess like glitter. It is a little bit messy. You will get some shine on your fingers, but it's nowhere near like glitter. So this is allowed in my craft room. Okay, so we got that. Now I'm going to leave this here and I'm going to let that dry. We're going to take a piece of basic white. We're going to take some gray granite. I found the gray granite, rather than smoky slate, was a little bit lighter. My smoky slate, I must have re-inked it because it's been really, really dark. So I'm doing gray granite for this color. Okay, and we're going to start down here. And we're going to just stamp. And then we're going to stamp off. Okay, and I'm going to stamp off just so I can start building up again. And I'm trying to make sure I get it straight. It may not, but it's quite all right. We're going to do that. And oops, okay, we're just gonna go that way, yep. And then there, and then we're gonna do there, and there, and then there. And I'm not doing it anyway like I did it before. Oops. And there, and then we're gonna do one more up here at the top. We'll stamp that one off. Okay. So we're just re-stamping the You're All Kinds of Amazing over and over and over again. And I think I've got it at like an angle, but it's okay. I'm not going to stress over it. I did stress over my sample one, and it is straight. Sometimes and that sentiment is from the Phrases for All, which is a really good stamp set. I like the big stamps in there, big sentiment stamps. Okay, we're going to flip this over. We're going to pop it up onto our card base. We're going to stick one in the center. And we're just going to stick a whole bunch of them all around. All right, and then I'm going to put it at an angle like this. There we go. Now I've got all these little pieces cut out. This is from that flower set again, and here are the flowers. We're not going to use all these. I just cut out a whole bunch of them when I was playing with them. Okay, so the first one we're going to put together, we're going to grab some glue dots. And the first one we're going to do is going to be 2 large ones. So we're going to put this one, and then we need a small one. And wow, that is sticking for sure. Okay, this one is going to be off-centered like this, so it's going to fly like that. And then we're going to grab another big one. And we're going to turn it the same way as the little one. And adhere it down. Okay, now I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm just going to give it a little bit of dimension there. You can do them before as well. Totally up to you. Okay, we're going to flip this, or we're going to take and put a glue dot on the back of it. We're actually going to put 2 glue dots on the back of it. Make sure it stays on there. And we're going to stick that right about here. And I'm not pushing it down all the way because I want to make sure that I get my little leaves in as well. All right, and then this one is going to be 3 of the little ones. We're going to put a glue dot on the back of it. Then we're going to line it up so that it's like that. And then we're going to grab another small one. We're going to put those aside. And this one is going to be off-centered from both of those. So you don't want them to lay perfectly all straight. So we're going to go like that. And then we're going to use our bone folder again. And ta-da. Then we're going to take another 2 glue dots. Oh man, these glue dots are really sticking. They are like really tough. Okay, then we're just going to lay this one right about here. Again, I'm not pressing down, although I think that leaf did press down. We are going to take and put, and I'm gonna grab my other glue dots and see if these are not as strong hold as those. Nope, okay. And then we're just going to put this. We're gonna stick this up in between like that. Okay. And then we're going to grab another one. And we're going to stick this one down like that. Okay. Then we've got one more, and we're gonna actually trim off this one just a touch. We're gonna trim it right here. Adhere, not those glue dots. Adhere this one. Hey Brenda, yes, you know, I was a little hesitant on getting these dies, but I have a little picture frame that I want to do for our retreat, and these are the perfect dies to do it. So I broke down and got them, and I ended up really liking them. So now I've pressed those down now, and we are going to take, actually let's go ahead and put this onto our card base, and we're gonna take and put this on the inside of our card base. Okay, so flip this over. And then this is going to go on the inside, and then this will go on the outside, and we're going to pop it up, of course. We always like to pop up. Well, okay, I always like to pop up. All right. And there. And now we are going to stick it right here on the front. I think that's good and even. I'm gonna and give that a good crease again. Okay, now we're going to take these are called adhesive back sparkle gems. We got a lot of new embellishments in this new catalog, and so I'm still trying to learn all the names. All right, so we're gonna do a little one here, a little one right here, and another little one right here. Then we're gonna take two big ones and we're gonna stick them right here in the center of our flowers, like that. And then of course, you know, I have to add a bow onto it. I have to. So we are going to take this ribbon right here, which is an online exclusive, and we're gonna tie that bow. And I don't know what I did right there, but let's just start that one over. This is a little bit like coarser ribbon. Sometimes I have a hard time with that. All right, there we go. And then we're gonna trim off the ends. We're gonna grab a dimensional, not a dimensional, we're gonna grab a glue dot. And I'm gonna take the glue dots bigger, so I'm just gonna take and fold it over on itself. And then I'm just gonna slide that right up into that flower or underneath that little petal there. And then we are done. So that is the last card. And I will pull in all the cards again so you can see them if I can grab them. I will have one more card for you on probably Friday. It'll probably come out on Friday. But I'll have one more card for you then. And again, don't forget, you can get these projects when you place a $35 order using this host code. And the $35 is before tax and shipping. Make sure that you use that host code. If it's under 150, if it's over 150, go ahead and get your own rewards and I will still send you the class packet. No problem at all. Don't forget about the retreat. The retreat is to go as well. So if you want it, but you can't make it, that's completely fine. It is to go as well. You like the middle one the best. I figured you would, Deb. I have to say, this is the one I definitely lean toward. But I like that one too. I like the shimmery of it, but don't forget the retreat. You can make it to go. It is still $95 if you get it to go. And you'll get all the little knickknacks that everybody gets. You just don't get to participate in the games and that kind of stuff. So, which is a bummer. And then don't forget about the starter kit special or the designer series paper, 15% off. All the links are in the description of this video. You can also find the blog post in the video. Just click on the simplyelizabethcrafts.com. It will take you straight there. It'll be the very first post up, and it will give you the measurements of the cardstock and gives you that host code and everything linked so that you have easy access to do that. All right, everyone, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to share, and I will see y'all next week. Bye.